KW Don't says, hey Forsen, you should watch Jujutsu Kaisen. It's a really good anime and you would like it. You can watch it for free on Crunchyroll. Dev Dono. Thank you. Omega MK Donut says, hey Forsen, hope you're doing fine. Did you know that you can't look up while sticking your tongue out? Kiss a homie, smiley face. I did know that actually. I'm not sure how that works, but it's true. True Lil E Donis for. I'm a double. Fuck man, why do you have to send me these fucking low view fucking clips, dude? Alright. Alright. I have some internet meme history. Feels good, man.
Hey everybody. So every meme has an expiration date. Some last a long time, some don't, and some die out so quickly it's a wonder they're even called memes at all. I mean, seriously. But in the end, every meme must die out at some point. It's a fundamental law of the internet, as old as the meme itself. But just because a meme has died, it doesn't mean it's really gone. It doesn't happen often, but occasionally, an internet phenomenon from days gone by can receive a second chance, a revival to continue propagating in a new age of the web. These meme revivals generally happen in one of two ways. The first is a repurposing. This is when a meme is brought back in concept, but used in a fundamentally different way. A perfect example of this is Doge, recently named Meme of the Decade. Doge's original incarnation back in 2013 was simple, a Shiba Inu who spoke short phrases in fractured English. However, upon Doge's revival beginning in 2017, the meme was radically changed and made considerably more versatile. The other method of meme revival is irony. A meme is reused in a way that satirizes or over-exaggerates its original usage in an ironic way. This is considerably more common in recent years, and almost any meme can be revived for a short time through this method. However, these are not the only ways a meme can come back from the dead. Extremely rarely, through some bizarre twist of fate, a meme can be revived in a form almost identical to its origins. This is the story of how a historic meme from the early 2010s became an overnight hit nearly 13 years after its creation. This is...
In the early 2010s? And then it came back 13 years later. Is this guy a fucking time traveler?
Is the resurrection of the trollface.
It wasn't a meme back then? What? It wasn't a meme back in 2010? It was a meme way before then. The fuck do you mean? Oh yeah, sorry, you're right. I'm retarded. The 2010s don't start at 2010, right? It starts at fucking 2000. It's confusing. American terminology.
Now, before we can talk about Trollface's revival, we must first talk about its origins. And to do that, we need to go back to 2008.
Wait, what the fuck are you saying? What did he say?
Any meme can be revived for a short time through this method. However, the story of how a historic meme from the early 2010s became an overnight hit.
Okay, so a historic meme from the early 2010s became a historic hit. Alright, so he's referring to 2010 then. Are we so far agreeing? Early 2010s? Like he's referring to early 2010, 2011, you know, somewhere around there is what he's referring to. Right, and then...
Nearly 13 years after its creation.
And then came back nearly 13 years after its creation. Or what?
Identical to its origins. This is the story of how a historic meme from the early 2010s became an overnight hit nearly 13 years after its creation.
So, Are you saying that the meme was created in 1997, or are you saying that he's wrong about the 2010 terminology and it was actually 2008 and he should have said late 2000 whatever? Either way, he's wrong. Yes.
This is,
which is my
the
point,
resurrection
the question mark
of the troll face.
Alright, slow-mo.
From the most Barack Obama was running for president. The iPhone 3G had just been unveiled, and Low by Flo Rida was being listened to on MP3 players across the world, and probably being downloaded from LimeWire as well. Anyway, this was the environment from which the troll face was initially born. But this soon-to-be legendary meme would arise from the most unlikely of places: DeviantArt. On September 19th of 2008, a man named Carlos Ramirez, better known by his DeviantArt handle Win, would upload a single comic to his DeviantArt page. The comic was simple. It highlighted the nature of trolling on sites like 4chan, based on Ramirez's own experiences. In the first panel, a troll can be seen purposefully enraging a hapless 4chan user through, quote, intentional logical fallacies. In the next panel, however, the troll is in fact revealed to be an uninformed individual, who, upon being called out, covers their mistakes through a veneer of supposed trolling. All in all, a fairly straightforward and surprisingly accurate representation of the internet's ubiquitous trolling plague. And it's likely that this comic would have simply remained that, a comic, had it not been for one small detail.
I thought the first one was the problem officer one.
On panels 1 and 3, isolate, enhance. While perpetuating his trolling, the troll bears a distinctive face. His mouth drawn into an exaggerated grin, his eyes narrowed, and his face wrinkled from the effort of trolling. Ramirez would later reveal that the face was in fact an attempt to draw this character, whose name I can't really mention in this video, so you'll have to look it up yourself. It's an incredibly distinctive and instantly memorable look, making what would happen next a little less surprising. You see, as the days went by and Ramirez continued about his life, the comic was mostly forgotten. The face, however, was not. Flash forward several months. 4chan, the site originally being parodied in the comic, discovers it and is instantly hooked. 4chan users seem to wholeheartedly agree with the comic's message, and in short order, the bizarre face became a universal symbol of the internet troll. Users co-opted the face into their own comics and images, portraying many of the trolling tropes that most would be familiar with. In just a few months, Ramirez's simple comic had become a symbol, a hieroglyphic representation of an entire internet phenomenon. And it was only a matter of time before the face would leave the confines of 4chan and spread into the public consciousness. But, interestingly enough, the story of the face briefly forks around this point, and the ensuing events are an important part of this meme's history. December 1st, 2008. A user named And in Vain posts another rudimentary comic onto eBaum's World. In a post simply entitled Cool Face, And in Vain promised that viewers were about to witness, quote, the funniest comic/picture ever made, and ensured that viewers should no less than die laughing. In the 12-panel strip, two people are seen sitting in a car, presumably smoking marijuana. After being pulled over by a cop, one man encourages the other to put on his cool face. As the cop rolls down the window, he is greeted with the face we were all now familiar with. Thanks to this comic, which became popular for a short while, the face was briefly known as the Cool Face, before taking on its more commonly known moniker, Trollface. But this was not quite the end of the Cool Face offshoot. On February 3rd of the next year, a YouTube user named Church of Silentology uploaded a video version of the comic, complete with simple animation and computer-generated voice acting. In conjunction with the original comic, this video cemented the phrase, problem, as a peripheral to Trollface, being the phrase spoken by the Cool Face man to the cop. A minor addition, but an influential one nonetheless. By this point, the newly christened trollface had begun to slowly seep into the water supply of the internet. On December 29th, the subreddit r/f7u12 was created to act as a home for the trollface, along with its fellow rage faces. This was a sign of the times, as a new wave of internet comedy began to sweep the globe. Rage comics, as they were known, were simple comedic sketches that employed a catalog of character tropes represented by simple images to portray relatable events. Foremost among these was the trollface, a trickster figure whose appearance signified an incoming bout of trolling. Alongside the eponymous Rage Guy, trollface was certainly one of the earliest pioneering examples of the trend. On August 1st of 2009, a user submitted a definition for trollface to Urban Dictionary, an action that means virtually nothing but was significant nonetheless. The trollface continued to propagate, both as a part of the rage comic trend and as a meme on its own. It became one of the strongest examples of internet symbolism, something that, while virtually meaningless on its own, takes on a plethora of hidden meanings and connotations through years of user contribution. On September 30th of 2010, user xcentro posted the first recorded instance of troll science on F7U12, a concept that would become an established subgenre of trollface humor in the coming years. In troll science, the trollface acts as a guide through the remarkable world of logical loopholes and scientific fallacies, with such inventions as the magnet-based perpetual motion machine and faster-than-light video playback. In general, the trollface had cemented itself as a pillar of the late 2000s and early 2010s internet, and no matter how much it faded into obscurity, this fact could never be undone. And to think this had all started with a 6-panel comic on DeviantArt. But wait a minute. We're forgetting something here. What happened to Carlos Ramirez?
Who cares?
Flashback to 2008. Ramirez takes a short break from internet use after posting his original comic, and returns to see his hastily drawn face making the rounds on 4chan to surprisingly positive reception. Knowing and understanding the nature of internet fame, Ramirez expected the trend to die out fairly quickly, but remarkably, trollface only grew more popular. 2010. Trollface is beginning its long ascent into the upper echelons of meme culture, and Ramirez has a plan. In an incredible act of foresight, Ramirez files an official copyright request and is able to secure copyright on what is essentially his own character. Registry VAU 001035955 was entered into the copyright database, and while this is almost entirely unheard of in the realm of internet memes, it paid off massively. Ramirez recorded earnings of over $100,000 in 2016, a number that's almost certainly increased in the time since. His enforcement of the copyright has been surprisingly tight, and on July 16th of 2011, an image surfaced of what appeared to be a copyright takedown notice from Ramirez regarding the F7U12 subreddit. This caused a brief stir of panic among subreddit users, but it was quickly dispelled when it was revealed to be just a little trolling. And this essentially wraps up the historic story of the trollface. Around 2014 and 2015, the meme began to fade away, as all memes must do, and by 2016 it had essentially been phased out of popular use. Trollface was still known, and very fondly remembered, but it was regarded in the same way you'd regard a Renaissance painting in a museum. Beautiful, influential, but almost certainly dead. No meme can outrun obsolescence forever, and in time, even Trollface died. But a new internet trend a few years later proved that necromancy wasn't entirely out of the equation.
Alright, show me.
2017. A new and vibrant brand of meme is sweeping the internet like nothing before. Ironic memes. While irony was by no means a new concept on the internet, this widespread use signified a change as the web shifted toward a style of humor centering around the satirization of earlier trends. Spurred on by pioneering movements like MLG montage parodies and deep-fried memes, this style began to develop across many online communities, digging up early formats and ideas to twist them into some new form of insanity. Around 2018, the newly revived Doge meme set the standard for meme resurrection, becoming meme of the decade after stagnating in a state of apparent obscurity for close to 5 years. With this, the stage was set for a revival of historic proportions, and all we needed was a spark. And once again, mirroring the events from almost 12 years ago, this spark would come from the most unlikely of places. On February 13th of 2020, a user named Gigirik posted a single image to 9gag. Simply entitled Troll Physics Baby, the comic featured an original troll science scheme told in a way very similar to its original incarnation a decade earlier. The comic plays out as follows. A troll holds up a glass of oil and water, then stands in front of a window looking out onto a rainy sky. The captions read, "Oil floats on water. Retarded. Step 1, wait for it to rain." Upon seeing the rain, the troll complies with the caption's instructions, promptly covering himself with oil. He then steps out the window and, as expected, begins to fly. The comic is simple, but if not for the date clearly printed above, it could easily have originated 10 years prior. The comic received over 10,000 points and a new movement had begun. This was the true resurrection.
Wait, what the fuck? Are you guys retarded or what? I know what fucking troll physics is, alright? I saw these before you even had fucking pubes on your balls, alright? I know what they are. This is a really bad one out of the troll physics, alright? You're fucking retarded. This is a really bad one out of those. Like, if you have to rate troll physics memes 1 to 10, this would be a fucking 1.
Direction of the troll face. Throughout the year, Cover Yourself
I know it's
in Oil
supposed to be
began
bad,
creeping its
but
way
this one
into
is
the
not
public
even
eye,
funny.
Eventually gaining wide recognition towards the end of 2020. It was easily a major meme in its own right, but what it started was something more. It began ironic, of course. Internet users experimented with the myriad ways in which they could twist or alter the original intent of the troll face. Dark themes were prevalent, subverting the lighthearted nature of the troll face with deeply disturbing or violent events. A leering troll face, partially obscured in shadow and occasionally going by the name Trollj, became a common sight around November of 2020. In January of the next year, a popular 4-panel meme template rose to prominence, featuring 3 frames of troll-based buildup, followed by the mention of a mysterious incident. However, unlike most ironic revivals, Trollface saw a strange resurgence running parallel to its satirical counterpart. Simply put, Trollface had come back. Not in a distorted, misused, or otherwise altered fashion, but almost exactly as it had been in the early 2010s. Whether through a sense of nostalgia or simply a strange quirk of community thinking, the modern iteration of the Trollface soon became unnervingly similar to its origins. Internet users had changed. Internet trends had changed. The landscape of the World Wide Web was almost unrecognizable. But Trollface was the same as it ever was. Now, even this resurrection cannot prolong Trollface's life forever. Trollface has been given a second chance at life, resurrected to be as lively and vibrant as it had been in its early days, but I have no doubts that it will fall again. Such is the nature of any trend, both online and in the real world. But now we know that such a fall is not truly the end for any mimetic legend. In this vast and rapidly changing digital world, we can never truly know when a long-dead phenomenon will be brought back to live again.
You know the way.
Thank you.